you still owe us taxes and you still owe us filing fees. And
the $800 per year.
Yeah, this is just going to cost you more money. So that was just bad advice I got. And this sounds like a savvy tax move I'm making.
Yeah.
Yeah. So luckily I didn't do it, but it took a large part of my life reading about it and thinking, am I missing out on it?
Odds are you've received bad investment advice at some point in your life, and chances are you've lost money on that advice. And as investment professionals, we're not immune to this either. And so we wanted to share a few stories where we received bad investment advice, some we've acted on and some we haven't.
Yeah, the worst investment advice I've ever received was I was near the end of college, finishing up, had a little bit of money that I wanted to invest. I wasn't really sure what I wanted to do with it, but I knew I didn't need it at that point in time. And unfortunately, this advice came from an advisor, is the sad truth of it. So really nice person, went to see them, had a little bit of money that just kind of said, hey, I'm not sure what I want to do with it. I want to invest it. And I was told to buy bonds. And unfortunately, I was just finishing up college. Stock market was very low in 2008 and 9, if people might remember, a little something that happened that time frame. And it was a great time to buy stocks.
So you were 18, just starting college?
I was finishing up college.
So you were like
I just
22
got done.
years old.
I'm starting going into the real world, have a little bit of money, and just thinking, hey, what should I do with this? I do what everybody does. I tried to read. I tried to learn. I had been on a personal finance journey at this point in time, but I wasn't that knowledgeable of what to do. So I got connected with an advisor.
Okay, so this was referred to you. So you were going pro at this point.
Yes, correct. This was early golf career. I'm going to turn professional. Hey, I don't think I need this money right now. Went to this advisor and ended up buying a bond fund. Somehow that happened.
Yeah, so not just a small part of your money in a bond fund, everything.
Yeah, this was like, hey, take this slug of money, put it in a bond fund. And I understand how it happened because we've talked about this. One of the best traits of an advisor is communication, it's curiosity. It's asking questions that you can understand what this client wants or needs, right? Yeah. And so the question that I got asked, though, was a question where everybody would answer this. So if you go to an advisor and that advisor says, hey, would you be okay losing all of this money? What would your rational answer be? No. Everybody's answer is no, I wouldn't be okay losing all of this money.
Therefore, you need to be in a bond fund.
Therefore, you need to go into something that has the, quote, feeling of principal protection like a bond. And I ended up young.
I don't know if it's just a bad question. That sounds like a really bad advisor to me.
Yeah, it kind of had that twist.
I don't know any good advisor that would say that.
Yeah, it almost has that twist of, hey, the stock market is gambling, which it's not. That's not at all how it works. So I think the thought process was, this person is risk averse. Yeah. And if he just asked another layer of questions, you would have understood, hey, I'm really young. I'm telling you, I don't need this money now.
Yeah.
I'm not sure when I need it. Maybe I'll need
22
it in 5-10 years, but I
don't plan on retiring anytime
soon. There's very little reason why this money, all of it should have been in a bond fund. And it cost me a lot of returns.
Yeah. I mean, that's a lot of opportunity cost right there.
Yeah, because I was in it for a few years because I kind of was like, all right, I won't look at this too much. I'm going to go do my thing. And then as I got more deep into personal finance, I said, wow, I got to take a look at this. And I said, oh, this was a really bad idea. I shouldn't have done this.
Well, mine's kind of similar. So my first story is whenever I enlisted in the Navy right out of high school. I was 18 years old.
Okay.
In boot camp in Great Lakes, Illinois.
Oh, sounds like fun.
Yeah, it was fun time.
Good stuff.
It's good team building, bonding experience. Okay. And so my RDC, who's the drill instructor at the time, when you first enlist, there's a little bit of HR stuff. So they got to sign you up, do some like administrative stuff. And one of them is signing you up for your TSP fund. So it's like the 401k for the government employees. And in the TSP, there's only about 4 or 5 funds, at least at that time.
Yep.
You have the C fund, which is like the S&P 500, the S fund, which is like small caps. Mm-hmm. And then there's the G fund, which is government bonds. And our drill instructor told us that we would be very un-American if we didn't put all of our money and buy government bonds.
Ouch.
And so that's what we did. 18-year-old Ryan Hughes.
So drill instructor.
Our drill instructor gave me an
And so what was the premise of it being un-American? You need to buy U.S. treasuries?
You got to support your government, so therefore you should be buying government bonds. That was his logic.
Wow, that's bad advice.
And I mean, all of us.
An 18-year-old.
I mean, I mean, we're all enlisted, 18 years old, fresh out of high school. We don't know anything. We don't know anything about the investment world.
Also, already supporting your country by serving.
Yes.
I don't know if you need to buy the G fund.
And you can even make the argument. You could put it all into the S fund, or the C fund, and basically buy the S&P 500.
The S&P 500.
Yeah,
the C fund.
American companies.
It's almost like he was thinking it's like a war bond, where it's like buy this bond and you're supporting troops with bullets,
like in World War II or something.
Yeah, right. That's almost the thought process, maybe.
No, that was just. Put in the G fund. So
that's not good. That cost you money. How long were you in the G fund? So you're 18. Contribute to the G fund. How long?
At least 4 years. So I got out of the Navy in 2004. I don't think I really got out of that until after I got married to my wife, and then we rolled it over to an Edward Jones guy. Again, was not the best advice.
Okay.
Not as bad as the G fund, I will say that.
Yeah, that's up there.
But I would say maybe 6 years.
Okay.
7 years.
All right. Wow. Gotta love the drill instructor giving you investment advice. Solid stuff.
Great.
Wow.
Really good stuff.
Another one of mine, I didn't act on this. This was part of you're creating a company and the LLC's myths of what they can do and can't do. And I was told by numerous people, hey, create a Delaware LLC. So when you form your LLC, don't do it in California, form it in Delaware, or I've heard Nevada. And the theory being Delaware does have stricter privacy rules. So you can have an LLC and be more of a silent partner. Or they've got more of a pro-business is kind of the tagline that people say.
Yeah.
But if you just take 10 minutes looking into it, which unfortunately I spent days and hours just nonstop going, do I need to do this? These are some smart people. I feel like this is a savvy business secret. Didn't do it because I start realizing, oh no, like California, it doesn't matter. I'm residing in California, I'm doing business in California. California's going to say, yeah, you still owe us taxes and you still owe us filing fees. And
the $800 per year.
Yeah, this is just going to cost you more money.
Yeah.
Because now you're registering in California as a foreign entity. And there's all sorts of rules around if you do that, the type of services you can and can't provide. So that was just bad advice I got.
And so was this LLC for like your own personal brand or for a business? Or?
Yeah, this was around golf of just, hey, you should have some sort of protection around you. You should have
like
a
Peter
business.
Campbell LLC.
Yeah, just separate it out. Exactly. A lot of golfers have a business brand where it's just, hey, I'm operating under this, just separating business and personal.
Okay. Just in case if you like kill someone with a golf ball. Or something.
I mean, I guess in theory, when you go play events, you do have insurance coverage at that event. Kind of like if you go to a sporting event, when you buy a ticket, you're kind of signing a waiver of, hey, if so-and-so happens, it's not on us, it's not on the players.
Yeah.
But it still was just and plus I think the fascination with LLCs, it existed 20 years ago. Hey, you have a business, you should form an LLC and do all these tax havens, and you're thinking, I don't know, I don't need any of this stuff. What's going on right now? But you sound really smart.
Yeah.
And this sounds like a savvy tax move I'm making.
Yeah.
Yeah. So luckily I didn't do it, but it took a large part of my life reading about it and thinking, am I missing out on something?
I mean, it was good. It forced you to go through that learning curve. So,
absolutely.
So now you know.
Realized it was totally pointless. And now I know. It's a good thing.
So, all right. So next up, story from me. My grandfather. So I was raised with my grandparents, and my grandfather, God bless him, good intentions, but my entire childhood, I mean, multiple times throughout my childhood, he told me never buy stocks, never ever buy stocks.
Wow. Okay.
And it was always reinforced. I remember we were talking to a neighbor put some money into some tech stock. This was during the tech boom of the 90s. And so, of course, that came crashing down. And our neighbor was just lamenting about how much money he lost. And my grandfather looked at me and he said, see, never buy stocks. And so, I operated under that premise. And again, maybe, going into boot camp and having the drill instructor pitch the G fund just sort of reinforced that.
Yeah, you had this consistent theme in your life early on.
Yeah, so my grandfather bought fixed annuities and that was it. And so, I mean, he really lost out over time because, I mean, I don't know. It's just one of those things where you grow up thinking one thing, but then you try to figure things out for your own and you learn it's actually something completely different.
Yeah. And did your grandfather ever change his ways, or was he always
never? No, he's a man who liked his one restaurant, and he went to that one restaurant.
Okay.
He got the same thing every single time, fried chicken.
Fried chicken.
Fried chicken.
Okay.
And he just never changed. And that's just him. That's his personality. So, no, he never
And so probably every time the stock market crashes, so let's say late 80s, and then you've got tech bubble or the 2000s, then you've got 2008s, he probably is using that as like, see, I'm right.
Exactly.
Although not realizing that the market over that long term is just 10xing basically over the long term.
Yeah.
And he just keeps seeing that he's right.
Yeah, and we see that a lot with people, clients as well, where they have this preconceived notion that stocks crash and they may recover, but they're only going to crash again. And it's just sort of a sideways moving chart, but it's like, no, look at the long-term chart. Zoom out. I mean, these stocks make you money as long as you're investing in like quality companies, of course.
Yeah.
But
wow. Granddad, come on.
Yeah.
Come on.
Yeah. Good intention, just, bad advice.
So I have another one that stands out biggest to me, which is I'm playing at a golf event, and there were some people at this golf event that definitely consider themselves to be pretty fancy. And we're having lunch after, right? You can picture exactly who it is.
I can, yeah.
And so we're having lunch after, and it's a table of 6 or 7 people, and all of them are big-time investors. And they're all talking about, now to give you context, this is like 2011 or 12 timeframe. Okay. So to give you some context here, if you can start thinking of what this company is, everybody's talking about what they're investing in. And of course, they're only sharing all the stuff that's doing great. And, they don't share all their losers that they've got, right? And so they're all talking about this big company. And one of the guys at the table has an in with this company to invest. It's not a public company. And this company is taking over the world. And everybody wants a piece of it. And I'm just happen to be at this table. And I know a couple of the people because I played golf with them before. And everybody's kind of getting this in with this guy. And he's like, yeah, like they're going to have another round. I can get you guys in. Whoever wants in can get in. Now, I didn't get in, but not because I didn't want to get in, because I couldn't get in. I didn't have any money to be supporting this type of endeavor. But this company goes on to be just a small company known as Theranos.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Really?
So just a big giant zero at the end. But yeah, this was Theranos. I'm sitting at this table with early investors of this company, and they're all talking about how this company is going to be the biggest company in the world. And everybody was. This was the it company at that time. And it was maybe like 2013 or 14. It's like a couple years after that when they hit something like a 700. I don't even know. I don't even remember the number they raised. It was like 700 million they'd raised at that point. And it was just... And then it kind of just went a little bit downhill after that.
A little bit.
Probably because they didn't have my funds.
It was a fast drop.
Yeah. If they had me on board, everything would have gone fine for them, right?
Yeah.
So I luckily avoided that. But again, not at my choosing, because I just didn't have the money to invest.
Dodged a bullet, though, for sure.
Dodged a bullet. But there's part of you that thinks, I got to get in on this. Let me scrounge up whatever money I can get. Because all these people at this table sure seem pretty smart.
Yeah.
And they're doing it. And that was just kind of the Theranos theme, right? Everybody knew somebody smarter than them that was doing it. And it kind of just turned into, obviously, the company that it became.
Oh, my gosh.
So I dodged that one. But everybody told me, you got to get in on this.
Wow.
Yeah. So that's my big one.
It's kind of like the rumor mill, It's just like, well, John's getting into this, and then Matt's now getting into this. Like, I've got to participate in this, otherwise I'm going to lose out.
Yeah, and it's a great documentary. I think Hulu has it. I watched it.
I think I watched the Netflix one.
It's really good. They ended up doing the documentary is great. Then they did a TV show on it, so it's like a dramatized TV show.
Yeah,
but it was really well done, where you see how this thing happened, unfolded, got the investors.
Yeah, she's basically trying to be like the next Steve Jobs.
Yeah.
The next big deal.
She did a really good
job. And
having
a female CEO. I mean, everyone was rooting for that company to succeed.
It's painful thinking about it. It really is.
Yeah, that's a really good. I can't beat that one. No, I can't beat that one. That's a good one. All right. So I was in college, in undergrad at USC, and occasionally we'll get speakers to come in, speak to the classroom. I was going through these business courses, and in one of the classrooms, the CEO of a company called O2Go, Organic To Go, came in and spoke at our class. And this company is a small company, but they have grand ideas. Sort of the same premise, like we are going to be the next big thing.
So are they pitching you, or they're just telling you about their business?
No, he was just telling us about the business. He's like, hey, you may have noticed on campus, there's this new small like to go like kiosk, like 7-Eleven kind of thing, where you can quickly grab like organic, healthy foods. There's sandwiches, there's chips, there's drinks, whatever.
Sounds like a good idea.
There's like little protein bars, organic O-to-go protein bars. And he's like, we're already on, let's say, something like 10 campuses right now. We plan on being on all the big campuses. And then from there, so he's basically sharing his business plan. This might have been like a business plan creation class.
Okay.
And he's like, our next plan is we're going to be getting into a lot of like corporate centers, like this building. Like this building be perfect for like an O-to-go type station.
Yeah.
And he's saying, we've raised so much money. Our share price happens to be this right now, but we envision this going to be a 75 whatever type per share type stock.
Okay.
And so he's basically saying you want to get in on this without really saying you want to get in on this.
Okay, yeah, he's selling it.
He's selling it hard. He was a really good salesman. So, of course, I bought O-to-go stock, and this is right around 2007 timeframe.
And is this a public company, or is this you're buying private shares?
No, it's a publicly traded company.
Okay, so this is publicly traded.
Yeah. I didn't know anything at the time, but it was a penny stock. Yeah.
Okay.
I think I bought it for like 33 cents.
Yes. Yes, you bought a penny stock. Awesome.
And maybe like $1,000, $2,000 worth of this company, which is a lot of money to me back then.
Yeah, you're getting your MBA, right?
I was an undergrad.
Right? Yeah.
No, not even my MBA. I was in my undergrad.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Gotcha. All right.
So I was from the Navy to USC.
So you have no clue what's going on right now in the big scheme of finance.
No clue. I haven't even, my first job was at Merrill Lynch right out of undergrad. And that's really when I started to learn how this business is really done.
Gotcha. Okay.
And that was Merrill Lynch during 2008. So it was a quick learning curve.
It's a very fast learning curve. Yes.
So, I bought this company. And long story short, the company went under and delisted in 2009.
Perfect.
So, yeah.
Great investment. And was that one of your first... Would you consider that one of your first investments? Maybe?
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
So that's easily a great start.
Yeah, that's a great start. I learned really quick what works and doesn't work.
Okay, perfect.
So that was an early lesson. Don't buy penny stocks.
Yeah.
Just don't do it.
Wise, sage advice right there.
Yeah. So that's it, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's it. We just wanted to share these stories. See you next time.
Thanks.
That was a lousy ending. We appreciate you spending your time with us. The Wealth Fix is hosted by Ryan A. Hughes and Peter Campbell. We created this show to educate people like you to make smarter financial decisions. If you love our show, please consider subscribing, giving us a 5-star rating, and most importantly, sharing this show with a friend. This show is for informational purposes only and should not be considered as investment, tax, or other financial advice. Be sure to visit thewealthfix.com for more information. Thank you.